too wiggly, no structure, and then figure out in your life, or you're too rigid. And let's bring in all of your edges. Let's bring everything in together, because you may have splatted energy where part of you is so disciplined and forceful about this one aspect of your life, and this other part of your life, you're just like a bobbly baby head that has no neck strength, no backbone. Thank you for joining us today. We are going to get started. It matters what you do and what you let in, okay? Turn away from angering situations. Learn from it while uninvolved from it. So this is something that I'm trying to do, is when I get triggered, right? Tripped up, triggered, angry at a situation, all the programming that's running in my mind is all these beliefs and ideas about how to respond to a situation like that based on the way I've responded in years past. I'm responding from emotions that kind of cut off the intelligent mind. At that point, I'm reacting out of really wavy waters, because like when you're angry and connected to that anger, you're definitely responding in a way that is less intelligent and can create more destruction in the process. So rather than trying to just deal with the situation right then and right there, and I am angry, is step away from it. Step away from it. Disconnect from it, so that you get an opportunity to try to understand your anger, try to understand the problem, get a higher view on the whole situation, step into that person's shoes, step deeper into your own shoes. Why do I feel this anger? When have I felt this before? This is an underlying belief. And so when you're just angry at somebody and you're dealing with them, not only are they getting all of this nastiness from the way you currently feel, but the way you currently feel is also attached and to a very deep-seated reason as to that, not even reason, like a wellspring, a well of anger, where all along the way things have been attached to this narrative and this story of your emotion. And so when you tap into this well, it connects to all of these memories and all of these feelings that were in these memories, and they're getting a lot more out of you. And so it's like, anger is fine. It's fine to be angry. It's fine to be okay. But what I want us to learn to do is to work with our anger, understand our anger, and then we can still use it. It's okay to be angry. Anger is a telltale sign that something is happening that you're not okay with. And if we didn't feel angry, we wouldn't know about things that we weren't okay with. Yes, so step away, disconnect from it, and learn from it while you're uninvolved in it. So getting yourself out of the situation. Anyway, next thing, focus internally, redirect external blame. Placing blame. So putting the way that you feel and the way you react and the things that you do on another person. This is what I want us to take a look at. Anything that you blame on another person this month, I want you to stop and think and actually redirect that energy to an internal focus and seek answers. Blaming everyone outside of yourself for the troubles that you feel or the troubles that you're going through. Blaming somebody else is, number one, victim mentality. And the reason you don't want to be a victim or even consider yourself and stay in a state of they did this to me, or they're blah blah, or they meh, that takes away all of your power to be able to resolve the situation. All of it. You have no power. You're basically just wasting energy. You're wasting the limited finite energy that we have every single day and that we have this time around on this earth. You are saying, I'm going to stay in anger and I'm going to stay in resistance to another person, and I'm just going to focus on this energy. In the meantime, outside of this energy, everything and anything is possible, but you cannot get to the anything and everything is possible as long as you're maintaining this energy. Okay, so go into this energy and then go into this energy and figure out other options, because if you're placing blame, it's probably because you see a problem with something. And if you see a problem with something, placing blame doesn't solve the problem. So you yourself are a part of the problem. So if you want to be a cure rather than just a part of the problem by sitting there blaming other people or sitting there and victimizing and poor pity me party, again, my homework, right? It's like, figure out solutions, okay? You don't have to, you can, and again, like, I don't know, I've been talking for years, so everything is, again, you can't force your reality on other people. Sometimes accepting responsibility for a situation and stepping out of victim mentality is sometimes you have to walk away from things. And sometimes it's walk away for a while, and sometimes it's walk away, period. Okay? So if you find yourself consistently blaming other people, realize that you may be caught in a situation of I am the victim, and you're expecting other people to fix your problems and fix your life, and then that attracts in the type of people that are controlling and manipulative because you're asking for that. You're asking for, I'm in this energy of I'm the victim. I have so many things to blame on other people. And the solution to that in the real world is you're going to get people in there who can feel that need for you. But this is toxic and not healthy for the system and the body. And then who you attract in, you're attracting the same thing. So toxic and not healthy for the body. But your body is, your universe around you is still intelligent and responding to what it is that you feel inside of your body. And so you're feeling this, I'm the victim, I'm always like this, and people are always this, and situations never work out for me. And it's like that energy, it's going to mirror it in your life, and it's going to bring in people who are going to help mirror it to you. And the way I am understanding the law of mirroring on a deeper level is it goes one of two ways. It mirrors the opposite to you, and it's an insert with an intake attraction. It's people who are controlling interact and magnetize people who want their problems to be fixed. Look, I'll fix all your problems. I fix everything. You know, that's the attitude that somebody who, if that totally makes sense to me. I hope that makes sense to you. But or you're going to attract other people in your life who are also victims and also blaming the world around them. And so then you're around like-minded people, and whatever that does to you, great, dandy. Just know that you don't have any power, and you're going to stay in a state of being the victim until you yourself pull yourself out of it by understanding and just looking for answers. Okay, I don't like that. What can I do? Walk away, leave, invent something, try it a different way, have a conversation, tell them that, listen to why they do it, like back and forth, man. Everything in life is this flow. Okay, so focus internally. Strengthen your skill of discipline. So discipline is such a beautiful skill to sharpen. Discipline creates intelligence. Discipline creates maturity. And I say creates, it feeds it. It's a very nourishing area to practice discipline in something. As for me, I've been the type of person who has been so focused on end results that I either can't get started because the middle road, the road between me and the finished result of something is too daunting. And so I'll either avoid it or start and stop and start and stop and start and stop. That I was noticing inside of me is a lack of discipline. And a lack of discipline is focus and attention and commitment towards something. So even as I'm committing myself, sometimes it's hard and it's frustrating and it takes a long time, and sometimes I get in arguments with people, but by standing back and looking at the overall fact that I was lacking in discipline, this helped me by practicing the art. Everything in life is an art and a dance. So the art of discipline, learning to commit myself to the process, is just such a wonderful thing. And lack of discipline, I think, it shows in a lack of maturity and lack of intelligence. So kind of just exactly what I said before. But then also know when you're taking it too far. So for all of the opposite side of society who are so disciplined that they're literally just doing, producing, going to school, learning, producing, so disciplined that there is no beat, and there is no, it's beat and it's rhythm, but there's no color and there's no expression and there's no freedom to go off course and learn something new and change your life. And so I want to say too, if you find yourself in any area, one specific area in your life where you're too disciplined and too rigid, maybe understand the refreshness of flexibility, the freshness of flexibility, and can create a lot of health inside of yourself. So if you find yourself to be or life to be too boring, or the people you hang out with too rigid, and it's scary, it can be scary to come outside of your comfort zone and kind of let the rigidity go. There is definitely a balance in life between discipline and flexibility. So play around with that. See where in your life you're being too flexible, too wiggly, no structure, and then figure out in your life where you're too rigid. And let's bring in all of your edges. Let's bring everything in together, because you may have splatted energy where part of you is so disciplined and forceful about this one aspect of your life, and this other part of your life you're just like a bobbly baby head that has no neck strength, no backbone. It's like you need to bring in this, all of this energy needs to be refocused and recentered and to help you become a more understanding force to be reckoned with. Practice going with the flow. Does it feel good or drain your soul? TM. Life's a bitch. Practice going with the flow. Does it feel good or does it drain your soul? So again, this is kind of the opposite of discipline, and rigidity is going with the flow and realizing that to have control in everything in your life is such a toxic trait to your soul's happiness and enjoyment and life being colorful and beautiful and wonderful, because by us having control, we're saying to the universe that I know best, I know everything, and you're not getting in here. No sir, this is mine. Like, I know the perfect way to do something. It's worked for me for 33 years, and blah 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 blah. That's the opposite. That's the too disciplined, that's the too structured, too rigid. And when you don't have the art of letting go of control, and letting yourself step into a place where life can show you, because outside of ourselves, thinking that we know everything, that's what's best for us, there is a much more intelligent energy out there. And you could say that energy is a collection of everybody's energy and everybody's intelligence. It is something outside of us that sees everything and sees it all at once, and it knows the past, it sees the present, and it knows the future. It sees the future. It can line things up for you. It can bring people into your experience. It can push you into that direction or that career or that home or anything into that person's life that it needs, that you're asking for. And so if you find yourself ready and willing to ask for the things that you think you want in life. I think I want this. I think that would be nice. You know, that sounds good. Or I want this. I've wanted this every day of my life. But then you maintain and you stay in this like mind of, I know best for me. I know this, I know this, I know this. I know 1 + 1 = 2. Therefore, every time I do 1 + 1, it has to equal 2. It's just you're losing the collected intelligence. You're cutting yourself off. That's what it is. You are cutting yourself off from the collective intelligence that can guide you into a more fulfilling life and get you to your goals sooner and happier and through smoother sailings. And so learning to practice going with the flow, and does it feel good or does it drain your soul? And that's how you know you're in the flow, is as you're doing things and you're moving through life, if it feels good, then you're doing it right? And it feels good over a long time. It's not that instant gratification. You've got to be able to tell the difference, because instant gratification usually means that your energy will drop later, and that's self-harming behavior, is when you've done something where your energy now drops. So by watching what feels good, you know that you've kind of tapped into this universal intelligence that wants to help us have fun, be creative, be imaginative, be alive, connect fully with other people. Okay, the last thing, what is self-love and the essence of self-love? This is something I've been studying for a long time now, and you think you always get it, because the homework is that you get from other people, that I get from other people, is here's a list of things to do those things. Okay, cool. So it's put something on the mirror and read it to yourself every day. It's listen to good music. It's take a bubble bath. It's have some chocolates. It's like, these are actions. But what I want to dive in deeper to, that the actions come naturally once you get to the core of self-love, the root of self-love. And the self-love, what's beautiful and amazing, as I'm coming to figure out slowly but surely, is that self-love is your canvas. Self-love is your base. Self-love is there like some sort of thing that is just, it's zero, it's the beginning, it's the plate, it's where everything has ever stemmed from. And so self-love isn't always about self-love isn't always about trying to prove to ourselves that we love ourselves. Self-love is about removing everything that's getting in the way of our self-love. Yeah, so that's all I'm gonna say for now. There's so much more I always want to say, but okay. All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. I really hope you get something out of this. My biggest goal is to help us all move collectively towards a beautiful place where everything just fits better and flows better, and we're happier, and we're doing more better, creative, and fulfilling things with our time, and connecting with the others in such a way that it just feels right. And so I love you guys. This is Life's a Bee, and I am Meg, and you don't have to do it alone. Let's navigate that shit together. Peace.